Recording is up. Welcome to everybody else is sick edition of our Star Wars Clone Wars campaign, based off of Humberine in the Deep Core, and I'm mostly gonna just be video capturing the Roll20 window. So there's that. I've got Josh and Joe with me, and you guys, given the nature of some of the campaign level stuff going on, you're probably going to be doing a little bit of rolling at least for the other people's characters. But adrenaline oriented adventure for today, I think you guys can handle by yourselves. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I hope we can because the word of last session was humble, so I
I
feel
don't really
that
want to die either. So, Lasho wants to be
that
alive.
was that was also yeah, that was a good one.
Lasho wants to live.
I want to live. I want to live. That's good, and it's my job to make you feel that succeeding at that was effort.
On multiple layers, not just in the long term with Order 66, but also in the short term.
Okay, so if you guys have Roll20 up and ready,
It is up.
let's look
Yep.
at our characters. Everyone should be at a minimum. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with some fate points because once you guys began your quest to remove the clone control chips that you discovered during your secret mission on Coruscant, so that your 150,000 clones under your Jedi command won't kill you dead, that begins a process by which it's victory or death. Right? You get those clones fixed, or someone is going to kill you, and by someone it's going to be either the clones or Palpatine. So right now I'm going through everybody's character sheets, and we're starting your base refresh, and I've added two fate points just from the fact that now that we've started the clone control clip chips quest, yeah, your life's on the line.
Okay,
If you look,
let's not die, shall we?
if you zoom out a little bit, your two big story quests in the background, which is refitting Task Force 13, your Navy with stealth hyperdrives, and then getting rid of the clone control chips. Both of those are these are the steps and the goals that you're going to need. The trick with the clone control chips is that stuff's got to go on um, while you are actively taking you're actively dealing with the clones, right? You got to do it around the clones without the clones noticing what you're doing, because it takes like one clone to report you or put something revealing in their standard, in their paperwork, and Palpatine's organization finds out, thus Kablawi, thus death. So this is not intended to be something you guys can all just do tonight, right? These are going to be big kind of background progress things, because you're going to need
Okay.
to save up enough fate points to have a chance of making some of these rolls. Although, if you guys are clever enough with aspects, it's theoretically possible you can crank this all tonight, all out tonight. I don't know, but that seems like it'd be a little on the boring side. So I have other plans for you.
I was gonna ask, like, if we were gonna have enough downtime to be able to do this, or if we'd have to complete this in like our extra time, like in our downtime, while we're on active missions.
Yeah, I think this is something that we can do a roll or two today, but this is going to be like we're going to come back to these quests while you're spending 5 days on hyperspace going out to your next mission, kind of a thing.
That makes logical sense from a storytelling perspective.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
what you
definitely.
guys are doing in secret in the background, you know.
Right.
Of course, you're going to have way more travel time if you can get Task Force 13 pulled for the new prototype drives. So I should give everybody. You guys can give yourselves a fate point. I'll get the other guys for the kind of side quest of the Task Force 13 upgrades.
So we should have 5 then. Well, like Lasho is 5.
I think Lasho's the only one who isn't just his base refresh plus 3. So Sarge and Bar at
Yep.
4. I think Jomox should also be at 4, and Lasho's at 5.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you are going to need to do is there's a new idea of a prototype stealth drive that rather than being a separate drive turns out to be a modification to hyperspace engines. You know, so instead of doing all these things slapping on your hull to try to absorb or not absorb or reflect or whatever, you know, things going on in the universe, the idea is to try to put you slightly out of phase with the universe, so you're just not there enough for signals and sensors to pick up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And given there's a pirate king who's way better than you who wants you dead, might be really helpful for Task Force 13 to have those. And he's not going to attack you while you're in Humberine orbit because Humberine has a defense fleet of a couple hundred starships. But when you're out and about on the missions, the Pirate King is a serious threat. So, you are our generals. You are our Jedi. So Jomock is our Jedi Consular, ironically, because he's the most aggressive character in the game. And Lasho, who's not very aggressive, is our Jedi Guardian, our Jedi Warrior, and that never ceases to amuse me. So why don't you guys try to petition to have Task Force 13 marked for refit in the Humberine shipyards while you so that you can have that advantage.
Can I ask a question before we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do those those aspects about Jomock and Lasho amuse you? Maybe I don't understand enough of the Star Wars
Jedi
universe.
Guardians, green lightsabers, are the fighters. They're the brawlers. They're the go do it knights. And the Jedi Sentinels or Consulars. The Jedi Consulars are the meditation, healing. They're the Zen. They're the Zen samurai. And the Guardians are the Akira Kurosawa film samurai.
So
in terms of personality, that it's like a role reversal.
Yes, your personalities are the exact opposite of the stereotypes for your subdivisions in the order. That's all. That's where I get amused.
Gotcha. Okay, that was more clear.
Right. Jomock's skills are he's picking up force healing and meditation, right? So his force powers are very much in line with the Om Jedi, right? Where if you don't know what they're doing, it looks a lot like they're sitting around in couches doing nothing. And Lasho's personality is very well balanced and considered, and kind of zen, which is ironic because his powers are, leading. He's a great general and a great fighter, which you typically associate with a more aggressive personality, and it's just something I love about this campaign, is the little subversion of expectations in your characters.
Okay, that makes more sense now. I was always confused.
No worries. So, bureaucracy being one of the great evils of the universe, and next to idiocy, the one of the three most next to idiocy and hydrogen, one of the three most common elements in the galaxy. Um, you know,
Mm.
getting Task Force 13 pulled for refits is going to be a fantastic rapport roll.
I'm thinking that Lasho should probably roll for aspects to help me on that one.
Okay. So the aspects of can he use like a military aspect to help with creating a military strategy or tactical operation
Well, Lasho has
brief?
good rapport, right? I mean, he is a world class leader in his own right.
Okay.
It's not his apex skill, but it's right under his apex skills. So
Sure.
he can just help write the paperwork.
Okay.
So because if you break even or even go down 2, you still give 1 aspect for Cookman to hit to tag, and if you go
Okay.
up even as much as 1, you've given Cookman 2 aspects, which is either one of those is going to be way better than just doing the straight support, which you just give Cookman a generic +1 because you're kind of there.
Right. I was thinking though that I have great military, or Lasho has great military, and if he could use his military leadership in helping to write that to create the reason that it's the intention to bring Task Force 13 for this to make it happen better because it's a military mission.
Sure. So you'll lay out all the logistics and stuff and why Task Force 13 is a good choice. And then
The logos.
yeah, and so you guys are playing Moses and Aaron. All right, that'll work. So military from Lasho, and then rapport from Jomok, tagging from the military.
All right, so the military roll from Lasho. He rolls goodness gracious.
So there's no point in spending fate points because you'd just be it's the same thing. So Jomok has military advice.
Can I get an assist from Bar and Sarge as well on my roll?
Let's check them for rapport. The answer, of course, is absolutely, but yes, Bar has become slightly less obnoxious as he ages past 13. And
talking to all those girls has helped him.
Wait, I've got to learn how to talk to people if I want girls to like me. They both have rapport, so they can both give you a +1 each. Yeah. So your base is
awesome.
Your base is success, and then you got 1 free aspect.
All your base art belong to us. Nice.
So tagging, we've got Epic. Okay. Task
make
Force
it on that
13 is you've cleared it with the Grand Army of the Republic, and Task Force 13 is recalled. They're going to be rotating your troops around a fair amount while this is going around to you guys are so the troops are added to the garrison for the planet of the Ecumenopolis, the city planet of Humberine. So they're gonna be doing a lot of garrison work, and things can. So you're cleared. Now you just got to go talk to the senator, who you haven't spoken to for a while. Go up to the planetary senate and secure the berths in the shipyards and work on those logistics. Do you want to try your first the bit of role playing for the clone control chips?
Ooh, you're talking about the role, just the role playing part, right?
Yeah. How are you going to get a sample so that you can design nanites to eat it and not somebody's brain? That's a lot of medical investigation and surgery on a clone.
Where's Robro when we need him? That tricky,
Um,
tricky mind of his.
he's pondering his abdominal distress. Let's leave it at that.
That just sounds terrible.
I know, and the
By the way.
fact is that it's worse, but
Oof. Well, so this is a morbid thought, and I'm not sure I really want to bring it up, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. Is the other Jedi and their propensity to get their clones killed? Uh, would they be in a location in which one could be acquired or they're transported back and forth, or somewhere where we wouldn't have to take a clone that is perhaps already conscious, but one that is deceased, and we could use the medical facilities on one of our ships to evaluate and run an analysis?
no. Gray matter decays quickly. You need living samples for this one.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought that would be the case because otherwise I felt like somebody probably would have figured it out by then.
Yep.
It wasn't something that was kind of like burn after reading.
Well, unless you know what you're looking for, they're basically invisible. I mean, they're a congenital condition of the brain. Well, maybe not congenital, but at the very least, no, yeah, it's not genetic. It is congenital. Yeah, no, that's
Like organically imprinted just from the cloning facilities. That was something that was Sidious's.
yeah. It's all by the time they're the equivalent of born, the chips are already in there. So it looks they look quite well integrated into the right lobe of the frontal cortex. If you don't know what you're looking for,
If you can't feel the dark side of the force leaking off of them,
no,
just kidding. I don't know.
in the Clone Wars, if you know exactly what kind of structure you're scanning for, you can find it so you could find it with force healing if you have that power. But it's found it. You can locate it and analyze it and experiment it, with regular medical technology. The force is not necessarily required.
I think I do want to, under the guise of some kind of exam, or to like say that I need to help develop my sense of healing in the Force, use a clone and have them in isolation and going and checking for this.
Let's talk. Okay, can you think of a clone who is not currently needed that would have a reason to submit to this kind of thing? Might want to check out. You've done a lot of adventures so far. Some of them have involved clones.
I'm gonna say that there probably are gonna be some clones that are missing of limbs or something like that, and see if maybe I can help them regrow them, and I could in the process de-chip them.
Given the level of prosthetics available in the Star Wars universe, those people aren't really downgraded much. they kind of slap on a new knee and send you back out.
Right. The bionics work pretty fast.
Yep. They're not super
Uh,
smooth, but they're very fast and effective.
What about ones that have like head injuries, concussions, stuff that would take them out for a little while? Do they have technology that would fix that easily?
Well, you guys are the big military leaders. I think this would be kind of question that would reflect your knowledge of your troops. So I'm going to say finding.
well, there's definitely someone that is in like an administrative role that's almost redundant. Like there's in a military organization that large, there's likely an assistant to an adjunct assistant, in which that person's role is largely ceremonial,
A lot
almost.
of those roles are filled by civilian contractors or enlisted
Okay.
personnel, not Camino and clones.
Okay.
Bruce, were you saying that there was a role that we could make in order
Rapport
to
to
find?
reflect your knowledge of your men. Yeah, leadership. A group rapport role might be appropriate.
All right, let me just roll the
Nope.
with the
The
three.
bonuses have to go first.
I was just gonna roll with a +1 assist from all three of the people.
Oh, that'll work. That puts you at a base of epic. Sure, that saves time.
Rolling down for the win.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a legendary quest.
It sounds like somebody's gonna be using a fate point here. 1 second.
Well, I think that perhaps Lasho could use a fate point. Can he use a fate point for the wonderful aspect of I'm not in over my head?
How about Jedi General? You know your
Oh yeah,
troops.
Jedi General. I know my Lasho knows his troops intimately, and yeah, does that work?
That works just fine.
All right, so I'm gonna pay a fate point for Jedi General.
Okay. From the original Faker Company, back when they were brainwashed to try to kill you, you guys fought back with Jomok fought back with some serious mind tricks. And one of the original Faker Company clones, CT 1697 Dale, was pacified. His personality permanently changed by how hard Jomok hit him in the personality with the Force. So he's not currently fighting, and you haven't discarded him because you'd feel like dirt.
Right.
Wasn't he the one that you said that I'd changed him enough to where like he couldn't fight anymore without having serious issues?
Yeah, yep, that's him. But Dale's still been part of the crew.
So I'm gonna try to fix him then.
Well,
That would be the guys. The guys would be of trying to bring him in because you have
yeah, you broke
broken
him,
him.
you fix him, and that's a perfectly good disguise. Now you just got to lie to Dale.
Why doesn't Lashley lie to him? He's the one that when he breaks it, he fixes it.
Because you broke him, not Lasso.
Oh, I
You-
see. I see.
you
So
broke
Lashley
it,
would
you
insist that
fix
I
it.
broke it. I fixed it. Yeah. Okay. As Joe Mont kind of laughs it off and is like, "All right, I'll do it." So do I have to do a deceit roll? You said.
Okay, so this is one of those things where this is the critical. This is the we're trying to fix the nuclear reactor as it's melting down kind of a quest. So every step in the clone control chips requires legendary stealth and fantastic deceit. If you get lower than that, I can roll against you and possibly detect you. The reason that that these rolls are so high and so hard is, come on, guys, you guys are basically campaigning to undo the high concept of the Clone Wars.
Right.
You know, so, and I'm not the kind of GM who will say no, but I am the kind of GM who says, here's what you're going to have to do that and not die from it.
That's fair.
So, yep. So, you can recruit Dale, that's fine. It's just like report to the med bay, here's what we're going to do. That's not a problem. But there are people who are going to be like, that's weird. Why is that happening now? And then there's going to be people, who are going to be like, wow, that's a lot of brain scans. And if they put in, yeah, my buddy Dale, the Jedi, have been giving him a ton of brain scans, and that just in somebody's diary reaches Palpatine or his spy network. That's the level of operational security you guys are going to have to do to maintain to pull that off, right? I'm not trying to just be a jerk. What you guys are attempting is insane.
Right. Yeah.
I pulled it off, and more power to you. But so now we're at, the legendary stealth and fantastic deceit.
I honestly don't know how we're gonna get legendary stealth. That's crazy.
Team effort. So I can roll for bar.
So the putting aspect together.
We've basically got to roll for aspects, because if we just give bonuses, it's never going to work. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So I can click bar in Sarge's stealths.
Who's doing the final roll, though?
One of you two.
I guess it'll have to be me, because Lasho doesn't even have stealth.
Right. I have Lasho's deceit, but not stealth.
Well, you can roll a mediocre. If you roll up, then you give him something. I mean, and you fail, he hasn't lost anything.
Okay. So if I roll that mediocre for stealth, I rolled up 2 to fair.
All right. I misspelled that, but you've got sneaky bar, no one notices a droid, and hidden in bureaucracy. So now it's down to Jumbo.
No.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah, that is.
So I was gonna need 2 fate points.
Wait, doesn't hang on a second. Doesn't the roll from Lasho get 2 aspects? He went up 2.
Lasho got a fair.
Yeah, fair.
So the first aspect comes at average. Second aspect comes at great.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay. To go from. So each of the aspects that we have tagged here will move us up just 1 shift?
2.
So if we hidden bureaucracy gives us the +1, No one notices a droid gets us to 3. Sneaky bar gets us to
7.
superb.
Yep. Now I can roll. Notice I can roll the commandos against that, and then we can see. Let me do that. Okay, so derail, because they've got great notice. So they're going to beat you by 1.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take my high concept for a fate point.
Okay.
That brings us to epic.
And that works for stealth because Kalishi are just sneaky, backstabby type people anyway. Alright. So, epic stealth passes. Now we need that deceit. The same kind of thing. This one, I know everybody can roll for because you were just professionally tricky on Coruscant.
That is true.
Bar's got fair deceit. Sarge did not pick up deceit because why would he? Of course not.
He's
Alright.
not a very deceitful kind of person.
Rolling at mediocre for Sarge. Boo.
Oh, ouch.
Boo. Alright, it's just you two.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
Lasha has it at fair. Jomak has it at good.
So Lasho should try to give aspects to Jomak.
Yep. So Lasho's gonna roll deceit.
Oh,
Rolls
2
up
aspects.
2 to great.
Oh, nice. All right.
Sweet. Okay. So from a role playing perspective, as a general, can Lasho also roll military on this because we're trying to help Dale with the.
Give me 1 sec, guys.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. Sorry, dinner arrived.
Cool.
So, you were saying?
Hey, food. So I was saying that if Lasho as the general knows that Dale has been pacified and Dale isn't really been able to fight and to battle like he probably wants to as a clone or remembers doing as a clone, can Lasho roll military to help convince as the leader that this is in the best interest of Dale to move into a role where he can help his buddies?
No need. You only needed fantastic, and you guys got an epic with the 2 aspects that you've provided. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
You got epic stealth and epic deceit.
Excellent. Well, that's pleasant.
It has the advantage of working.
Kind of jumping all over the place there, Bruce.
I'm trying to get it where it's not. Bloody hell. Alright, let's try that again. That does it. I'm killing this grid. It keeps trying to snap to the grid and it's driving me nuts. There.
Fair
Take
enough.
that.
Better to look at anyway.
I spent too much time as a physics major or getting ready for a physics major. Graph paper soothes me. Anyway, it's just sad, but it's true. I was also the kid who would come in from 2 hours of farm chores and do long division, over the summer break to relax.
Well,
yeah, that's what I found hidden in my underwear drawer when we sold our farm and I was packing. It's a spiral notebook of random
That's
long
too funny.
division formulas. All right. Moving right along. All right, so you guys have now successfully acquired a sample. Is that as far as you want to go on this quest before your next series of misadventures let you mine fate points? Or do you want to go further on either of these before we get to the rest of it?
I feel comfortable with where we're at the moment because the next two are going to be really big roles.
yeah, I think that we should be like, okay, this is the one step. No sense making, pushing Dale any farther at the moment.
Yeah, poor Dale. You tragically, after all of those brain samples and scans, you weren't able to help Dale shoot, be a shooty bang bang guy anymore.
Sorry, Dale.
But the vigilante has one hell of a janitor. I will say that.
Is Jomak able to actually fix him in reality?
Yeah, you probably could. That'd be like force rolls from everybody who's got force sense for aspects and then tag them.
Okay, let's do that real quick then.
All right. But working on him will be probably more than one attempt because you've basically got to take him out, like kill him to rewrite his high concept. Right. It's the 8 shift.
Right.
The 8 shift consequence is the one that reflects permanent change, and that's what you've got to force on his brain.
And you said that every single time that we roll, we're rolling with our force stress, correct?
Well, let's look at this one. Force sense. So if Bar makes the first attack with force sense and 4, 5, 6, 7, weapon 7, we'll see how Bar does. All right, so Bar gets great weapon 7 force mind trick.
I thought that they were. Oh, he's doing a mind trick. Okay.
That's how you did it in the first place. Is you were whammying them to stop fighting you as you were facing entire firing squads worth of clones. He just rolled way down. Don't need the droid crew. Have I updated Faker Company? I don't think I've updated Faker Company in forever on Roll20. One moment, gentlemen.
As you do that, I'll be right back.
Sure. Clone Wars characters. Fake companies down the list a bit. You guys have almost got your own source book worth of gaming notes. You guys have been doing this for so long.
I have noticed that.
Average will. Okay. He can defend with average will. 2. So that's just a 9-shift mental hit. Goodness gracious. This is how he got in trouble in the first place. He's got 3 mental stress. So, third mental stress box. And the severe consequence of aggression. You're gonna have to give this guy a mission to like go terrorize some drug dealers or something. You succeed.
It's almost like we're breaking him to fix the broken part of him.
Re-breaking a limb that set improperly. Yep. Okay. You can see if you want to do it yourself, or we can wait and let Josh do the warm-up roll. I think you probably want Josh to do the warm-up roll.
Right.
We give him a good talking to from Sarge, just while we're waiting. Sarge have provoke. Ha! Insert speech from Full Metal Jacket. But it does
so funny.
Has no great effect. Although, the comic relief of making sure that the recorders were on for those 45 minutes, you could probably sell the highlights of that one.
Sarge is quite entertaining.
We're very glad to have Cookman back with us. To have Scarrett back with us.
I have
We've got
returned.
2 Joshes and 2
Definitely.
Joes. Yeah.
Yes.
None of you could just be like Irwin or something. No, that'd be too easy.
That would be too easy. Make it,
Right. So basically, while you're doing the medical tests, you guys are secretly mind whammying Dale back to his chesty puller, Marine personality. You get the next attack. So Barr filled in his 4th mental stress, which gave him a weapon 7 mind trick, and hit him with a weapon 7 mind trick.
Okay. And you want Lasho to go next?
Yep.
All right, Lasho. Well, he's got his 5th force stress box, so he's going to use it.
Goodness, that's weapons 8.
And he's going to roll force on his mind trick. And he rolls down 2. That's no good.
That's 8 stress. So, Dale, mental, we can fill in his 2nd stress box. Mild. Pumped. Moderate. Stressed. Severe. Aggression. So that even though he rolled down, he's all set up for the finishing blow. I think in possession of his lightsaber, Jomak also can make a weapons 8 attack.
Yeah, the fifth force stress box.
Fifth.
I rolled down, but that's all right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dale is going to concede, pick up 4 fate points, and be cured.
That's awesome.
And he gets fate points?
Yeah. So if you concede in a conflict, you get 1 fate point for every aspect that for every consequence that has been inflicted on you that conflict. And you also get 1 fate point for conceding.
Okay. Cookman, if this doesn't work out with the whole controls chips thing, Dale is going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Taking pacified off of Dale, adding 4 fate points to his notes. Hops also has 2 fate points. So like these are the clone troopers who are going to show up, right in the nick of time, just laying down blaster fire the moment you need a break or to distract the main boss. Minions with fate points are great like that.
Oh, definitely.
Darth What's-His-Face has you all hiding, cowering behind a woodshed. And you just hear, "Fire in the hole!" And Dale pops up from behind a hill with a bazooka.
Yeah, right.
So you done fixed Dale. And you've got your sample. As far as you know, Palpatine hasn't caught you. And now you just have to go do some bureaucracy. So GM offers a fate point for Humberine Legation. You're on planet. And about to cost the shipyards hundreds of thousands of credits. This means committee meetings in the capital.
Hey! Oh, so exciting. It's
Just
so
rooms
exciting.
Rooms full of people you wish you could just Jedi mind trick into doing things efficiently.
Yes, but you can't because there's always holo cameras rolling at all times. Fortunately, there's a high-speed train. There's a high-speed grav train that shuttles back and forth couple times a day. You can take the subway. I assume you're going to take the fate points for having to go meet everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm wondering why the high-speed train is coming into this particular adventure.
Cue the Sega Genesis, what do they call it? The rolling screen or whatever it is adventure?
Yeah, right?
Like TMNT and stuff like that, Golden Axe, where you literally are just going to the right all the time. This is what this feels like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd like to swipe my axe, please, and then do a shoulder charge.
No worries, guys. No worries.
I was always Leonardo. Double knife hand, double sword chop.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Chop, 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 chop.
So if you guys want to zoom out a bit, and towards the end of the train, you can place yourself while you're sitting with the senator to on your way back after hours of meetings. She's wants to she's personally gonna go personally thank the troops. All the random commuters. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to print something out. Oh, that's great. I love it. How much am I going to have to print out?
Print something out on a virtual game. That sounds interesting.
Just for speed of reference, so many kinds of characters, but their names are all very similar. I find it ironic that the notes on your campaign is now officially a longer Word document than than all of my GM NPCs.
Excellent.
So that's page 13. Oh, just 2. Cool. 13 and 14. 2-sided. Custom. And that's the sound of the adventure printing up. Yay! I gotta go grab some paper. I've plotted this all out 2 months ago. I'm so happy we finally got here. Because I'm recording this, I have to keep the window maximized. Roll20 maximized, so it's way harder for me to like jump back and forth in between tabs. That's why I printed it out. All right. GM offers you all. Really? Stealth is not part of that package? Why did I design you without stealth? Wow, these people are unsubtle. That's just ridiculous. Okay. So GM offers you all a fate point. And it's just Jomak and Lasho today, so you're the big generals. Just sitting in your chairs.
We're offering a fate point for what?
Path of the Jedi, actually.
Oh. Jomak, I sense a disturbance in the force about ready to attack us.
Well,
don't let me stand in the way.
There's a disturbance in the force. Yes, indeed.
Are you taking that fate point there, Cookman?
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
So
Ninjas.
you're on effectively a Star Wars monorail, going like think of a Japanese bullet train without any wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're clicking along at 150 kph. Outside, four jetpacked, armored and heavily armed people suddenly appear in the windows outside of the passenger compartment containing two Jedi and the planetary senator. I think we established that Joe Mock goes first.
All right.
Well, Joe Mock's in a cape with a hood.
Oh, he's still got his bad guy. He's still got his
Oh,
bad
yeah.
guy picture up.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that real quick. And that should fix it. Or I might just have to go back and fix it later. Anyways, so it's just like a bunch of thugs trying to get at us then?
Well, they haven't given you any introductions.
So yeah.
They've popped up in the windows. Their jetpacks are blasting to keep up with the train, and they've got what look like serious military blaster rifles in hand. They're flying in formation. Then there's two Jedi and a senator, and four civilians in the train. Go.
Well, Joe Mock looks out the one window that is opposite of one that Lash was looking out of, and he just goes thugs. He grabs one with the force and violently throws it into the one behind it.
Okay. So, how much force stress are you using?
All of it.
So, fifth stress box, weapons 8, telekinesis. You're splitting that up in between the two of them then? So, weapons 4 on each?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be, yes.
Okay. And you rolled good?
Yes.
Okay. They don't have covering fire. They can just defend with good. That's disturbing. You gotta. Never mind.
Oh, dang.
You do no damage to either of them, and now they're both back by. Oh, I grabbed the wrong ones. Now they're both back here. Jamak's turn.
Lasho's turn.
Or Lasho's turn, sorry.
So they're outside the train.
Yep.
And so they dodge with athletics against the force. Okay, so Lasho's going to also use force just on this guy. And he wants to push he wants to force telekinetically fling him into the other one.
Okay, so identical
not
attack.
trying to the same attack.
Yep.
I thought he was trying to move both of them.
No. This
Oh,
guy
I missed
actually
that.
never moved. He just dodged the projectile buddy.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that didn't work out so well for Jomog.
Nope.
You say that
Um,
now.
So I wanna actually, instead of trying to move him, I want to telekinetically um, disable his jetpack.
You have force tech.
I-
You can just disable it directly.
Right. So I want to disable his jetpack. Just turn it off
Okay.
mid-flight. How much force stress do I have to use for that?
Well, I'll oppose that with his craft to see how well he maintained his jetpack.
Okay. I'm gonna use my third force stress box.
Okay.
Save some for later, and then use force. rolled
Holy
up to
smokes.
superb.
What's Sega 2? Is that like Abominable or something like that? It's like horrendous.
So you got 1, 2 aspects. You have a sparking jetpack in his force grip. Also, we no longer need to worry about this guy. He falls about 100 meters, and this has a 150 mile an hour head first encounter with pavement.
Ooh, that sounds less than pleasant.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not even sure that he would have had time to register how unpleasant it would be. One bad guy has rejoined the force.
It's a circle of life.
Involuntary enlightenment. All right.
So, sparking jetpack in his force grip, can he turn it and let it just fling at the guy behind him?
Well, you'll probably be able to tag that your next turn. So these guys are looking through this window, and you just killed one of their buddies. So they're going to lay down covering fire. Instead of doing mob, well, one of them is actually going to throw shoot aspects up for the other one to tag. Two aspects coming in hot.
Oh, dang.
Which tagging those. Next attack is coming in at Epic. On Lasho.
Well, Lasho's going to use his Shicho defense.
Okay.
Which is Shicho defense is lightsaber defense.
Yep.
And so he's going to defend. I have to roll up 3.
Oh, you don't have Shicho. You've got Makashi.
I have 2 of them.
Oh.
I have Form 1 and Form 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's right on his character sheet. It's right there.
It's just not updated in the Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what you
Shicho-
did. You added another form. Dang.
Shicho was his original form. Makashi was what he added.
Right, but Shicho just lets you use a lightsaber.
Okay.
Well, let me double check. Let me check something here real quick. All right. So Shicho is form 1. That's I can has lightsaber. Right, and lets you use force instead of weapons for the lightsaber.
Right. Okay.
Right. Then Makashi +1 to lightsaber against single opponent is the other form you've learned. What you're thinking of if you're thinking about giving up your next attack to make this defense a counter strike, that's form 5 Shien.
Okay.
Wait, if he has the second form and there's only one guy that's shooting at him, the other one's just creating the aspects, does that mean that he gets the +1 still?
Yeah, technically, totally.
Ooh, good catch.
Yep.
So it'd be a forced roll +1.
Yep.
So can I just roll straight up force, or do you want me to do Hackar 40F +5?
40F +5 is fine.
Right. So using Makashi as a defense against the blasters. Holy buckets. Of course, I rolled down 2.
Oh, ouch.
So that's gonna be a 6 stress hit. No, 7 stress hit.
Yikes.
I would need 2 fate points to tie, and then it would just be
A 3 stress hit.
just the 3 stress hit.
Two fate points or 2 aspects.
But I only have 2. Why do I only have 2 physical stress boxes?
That's wrong.
Like, there should be 3 there.
Yeah. Is it a good physique? Yeah, that was 3. Or wait, isn't that 4? I thought that was. Isn't that 4?
Yeah, it's 4.
So there's.
One moment.
Okay. So I'm trying to decide, like, how much.
There.
I've got 6 fate points. And I can't. From the game perspective, I can't really tag the sparking jetpack because it's on the opposite side of the train.
Why can't you block with a jetpack in your grip?
Okay. So I use the jetpack to block to make it a 5 and a fate point.
Well, you've got it in
tie.
a force grip because that's 2. You have sparking jetpack and a force grip.
Oh, okay. So if I use both of those and a fate point, I win and don't take no stress.
You'll take 3 stress. Oh, and a fate point, then no stress. But I would. Sure, you can do it that way.
I'm actually thinking I will take. I'll tie and take the stress for now. I'll save the fate point. I'll fill in my 3rd stress box.
Right, so you throw the jetpack in between you and the incoming blaster fire. Jetpack explodes, which slams you against the wall for 3 stress, but you haven't been shot. You know
That's
what
good.
else hasn't been shot? Lasho, a Jomok. Now he's been shot.
Shot at.
Yeah. Ha, take that, I got a good. So there. Cookman, if you muted yourself, you're still muted.
No, I'm actually pushed to talk. I'm just looking at cheat sheet for creating stress tracks. I don't know why I'm having a tough time looking up the cheat sheets, but no, I found. Anyways, so yeah, you take both of those so that you took a lower hit. Cool. My turn then.
Do you also have physique up? Did you raise your physique and now it should be good? It should be 4 boxes.
No, my physique's still at fair.
Okay, so your stress tracks all look correct.
Yep.
Okay.
My turn. I'm going to do telekinesis.
No, it's
attack.
not your turn. You're defending against a good shoot you in the face.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right.
4 physical stress.
Yeah, I will take my second physical stress box and I'm mild.
Singed. Okay, now you're up. Oh, sorry, the Senatrix, for her, she's using rapport and convinces the civilians to flee.
Nice.
Also, with their attacks, having shot out. Oh, they haven't shot out the doors until this very attack. Never mind, you're still good.
For my attack, I'm gonna stay on the 2 guys that are grouped together and do Force TK. Gonna look a lot like Harry Dresden in a parking lot, if you know what I mean.
You gonna flip a car over on them?
No, I'm gonna pull from the Earth magic and do a little gravity attack.
Straight down. Okay. So
Yep.
two shifts for the zone. Because it's just a general area outside of the train, and then you've
Right.
got you're using your
Fourth.
fourth, so that's 7. So weapons 5, downward push, and away you go.
Looks like you won that one.
There, now I can tell them apart. 2 armor 2. So that's 9, 7 stress. Oh, that'll kill him. So you push down, and red drops into the path of an oncoming hover barge, and goes splat. Blue 2, 5, 7 minus 2 is 5. Bounces off of a nearby building, a building roof, but then stutters and jetpacks back up into view.
These guys are tough.
Their armor isn't of Mandalorian design, but it is quality.
he was one stress from being Dunzoed.
Yep. Last show, Majedi. How's it going?
Yes.
Your turn.
Lasho's going to force remove another jetpack.
All right.
He really wants to force remove this jetpack. Adamantly.
Oh goodness, this is not gonna be good.
He's gonna use his fourth stress box and roll force, and he rolls up 2 to fantastic.
Yeah, 3
Oh,
aspects.
no.
Hey, you jetpack, come here.
You yoink yet another jetpack in my force grip with a full fuel cell. And we don't have to worry about green anymore.
Can you actually procure this and then be able to fly around on a jetpack? Would that
No.
be a possibility?
No.
Oh, that was sad.
Not without more force tech tricks.
I don't think he's worried about force tech tricks at the moment. I think he's worried about surviving.
Having shot out the door, Blue lands and opens fire on Lasho at point blank. Oh, wow. Just rolled
Good
up 3
luck.
for 7. Shoot.
Well, he very much wants to use. Oh well. Okay, so here's the thing. If I'm thinking like from a story perspective, if I throw a full fuel cell at him and it explodes, like that might damage our senator.
Correct.
You could throw it over the train from the outside where it's at, and then have it explode so that it doesn't hit the senator.
True. Or just roll to the point where I'm only using 2 of those shifts and not the full fuel cell.
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna roll his
Force defense.
force defense. And do I get a boost if I use a force box for my defense?
No.
Okay. So he's gonna roll force defense. Please roll up, please roll up, please roll up, please roll up. I rolled up 1 to superb. And I'll use yet another jetpack and force grip.
So you smack the bounty hunter in the face with the jetpack, which is still on. His shots go wild. Blaster bolts stitch their way up through the ceiling. It's getting kind of smoky in here.
The score is Jedi 3, Bounty Hunters none, and the shots go wild.
And the Senatrix goes bye-bye.
Ooh, that's definitely a good call.
She's smart. She's not a warrior, but she's not dumb.
So it's Joe Mock's turn?
It is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna reach into his brain and yeah, shut that down.
Dark side much?
It's not dark side, it's gray side. Come on, let's be honest here.
So define shut down. You mean like sleep? Not like
Yeah.
you no longer have IQ points.
No. It's not malicious. It is pacifying him, so that he is not able to um, he's not able to take any actions.
Yeah, sleep.
You could say sleep. You could say paralyzed. It honestly doesn't matter as long as he just goes in there and tears out. That. I'm sorry, it doesn't tear out. He
You're fighting your dark
gen-
side so valiantly. It's great.
he gently but firmly lays a blanket of you don't get to do anything over this guy's psyche.
Okay.
The third stress box for his force. What's he gonna defend with?
Average will. Oh gosh.
That's a lot.
I think you win.
So he lays perfectly still on the ground without the ability to desire to move for a while. That's disturbing. I'm going with disturbing.
Now we have somebody to question.
I didn't say it was wrong. I just said it was disturbing.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you fully. Now I'm just happy that we have somebody that can answer questions for us. He does the wonderful thing of actually pulling himself into the train, so that was nice.
Indeed.
Okay, so Blue is having a bit of a lie down.
And are we going to go Jedi mind trick him for any information?
Notice?
So I can just roll straight up notice.
Yep.
Average.
Jomok doesn't have notice. He'd probably more than likely use Force Sense.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So Lasho notices the 150-meter long cruiser pacing the train up from above and dropping troops and droids all over the roof. And
Well, that's terrifying.
Shamak feels a well of bitterness and hatred in the Force, a presence he has felt before, or in the Force near the engine room. A presence he has felt before, dogfighting over the skies of Bitfash.
I have to go a long way back in my memory. Dogfighting over the skies of Bitfash.
You guys were raiding a fallen Jedi temple.
Yup.
Yeah.
And you had your 3 starfighters, and you were dogfighting to clear a path through the planetary defenses. So that Faker Company and the Vigilante could land and assist you. Or you were being rescued. So
did we get the did we get the Lugaros on the way in or the way out?
So you guys defeated these guys on the way out. is when you guys were doing the dogfighting. But this is a Jedi. This is a you feel one of the Bifasi Jedi up ahead in the train, although there's troops landing both ahead and behind, which means all of the civilians in the train are in mortal peril.
Do they get 2 fate points they can help us with?
One encounter at a time, man. Your stress tracks should clear.
Oh, sweet. That was a joke about the civilians having fate points. They're not named. They don't get fate points.
Correct. So, there's troops ahead and behind you. And ahead of you, or to the left and forward of you, is a dark Jedi. What do you do now?
So there's troops all around and a dark Jedi forward.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like we need to make this cinematic in a sense, you know? Get the civilians out of the way by going on the rooftop and having fights up there.
And Lasho thinks that's a really dumb idea.
That way they can all shoot at you at once.
Yeah,
How
that's
did that work
not
out
a
at
good
Pipfash?
We do not want to go on the roof. Definitely not.
Oh, I'm sure the cruiser overhead probably doesn't have turbo lasers.
I'm not saying it was a smart choice. I'm just saying Joe Mock came up with the idea, and obviously the military minds prevailed here.
Okay.
Well,
that's why Joe Mock has Lasho around on us.
A good balance to each other. You know, you got to have that yin and yang. The
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got to balance it out. So, like, as a player, I noticed that the bad guys didn't actually take a shot at the senator. They were only shooting at the Jedi, which makes it seem as if their targets are the Jedi.
Or they need to kill the Jedi to kidnap the senator.
Yeah. I can't help but keep thinking, Josh, that you keep having these like force visions of a Mon Calamari going, "It's a trap," several times throughout our campaign.
Well, yes, feels like a trap. What's the best way to take care of a trap? Spring it when you know it's coming.
That is definitely true.
In action military theory,
How do we
equate this more to an ambush.
Hey, ambushes have to be sprung too, okay?
No,
It's
they're
just like
already
traps.
sprung by definition. And the way out of an ambush, I'm shutting up. I'm the GM. Never mind. So you're on the train. You've got a moment to think.
The way out of an ambush is to blow through. Is to blow through it by increasing speed. So if we get to the engine room as fast as we can and then increase the speed of the bullet train, we could.
Well, you're thinking in vehicle terms. The train is not going to outfly the Star Cruiser above it.
True.
But what it will do is it can outbreak the ability for all the things on its roof to be able to hang on. There's that.
What makes you think they're still on the roof?
They're not in the cabin.
Not in your cabin.
I'm honestly just thinking that Lasher needs to come up with a strategy here. A quick, like, because that's what it takes in these situations. You're talking about emergency situations. You need somebody that's authoritative, that just goes and boom, does it.
Military. Let's see who comes up with a better plan. You or the Jedi?
Can
Who
we
did you
take a
roll
fate
for?
point?
Bruce, who did you roll for?
Enemy commander.
Um, so I will. I would like to pay a fate point for. How about just the Clone Wars?
Sure.
Definitely tempered in the fires of. Um,
So, you have enemies who will be converging on your position fore and aft. The way to not get pinchered and slaughtered is to charge one way or the other. If you charge the Jedi directly, then you have the tougher fight first while the reinforcements come up from behind. If you charge the weaker, you have the easier fight first while the tougher elements come up from behind. But that's how to not die in a pincher movement. And you kill a pincher. Then you turn around and kill the other pincher.
I say we do the one where we're not trying to run faster than people behind us and killing stuff that fast.
So you're saying go this way?
Actually, both ways would it would pertain to, but yes, the one that's shortest.
You guys can split up.
I'm pretty sure Joe Mock points to the glowing neon sign that pops up every time this gets put down as an idea. It says, "Don't split the party," and it flashes. I mean, he doesn't break the fourth wall or anything. Yeah, I would say Showmock would definitely like the part where we do the easy fight first.
Warm up.
And he's very convincing. Yeah, warm up stretches. Little lightsaber Pilates, if you will.
Lightsaber Pilates.
All right. Aft it is. You guys can see the next car, right? Did I fog of war it, or is it?
It's open.
We can see the compartment, but we can't see anything. Like, there's nothing in there.
Not yet. There's not.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
There, I fixed Lasho.
Hey, are those droids?
Nope. Well, this is a droid.
Those are shapeshifters. Don't know what they're called.
Big loader mech that somebody appears to have slapped armor and weapons onto.
Cool.
Cheap, readily available. Designed to be modified. Really big.
caution heavy equipment on the side of it?
These
That looks like
look like more bounty hunters.
oh, that's not what they look like at first. I thought it looked like that character from whatever the shapeshifter from episode 2.
Yeah,
3?
he was a bounty hunter.
Hmm.
So, congratulations. You get one more fate point.
Yay!
Unless they want to kill you, in which case 2. I don't think they want to kill you yet.
They just want to play with us and then let us go home.
Nope, not that either.
Okay, that's the fate point. I took it.
I'll take it.
Okay, initiative is all you guys.
Okay. Lashow's gonna take out the droid.
That's just unfair.
Lashow's just gonna force tech the droid off.
All right, roll it.
So he's gonna use. How big is it? Like how?
It's a good 10. It's a good 9 or 10 feet tall.
So like it would take a considerable amount of effort.
It's probably gonna resist with physique.
Okay, so, yeah, he's gonna use his fourth force stress box
5, 6, 7. Weapon 7.
and roll a force with the force tech.
All right.
Rolls up to fantastic.
So that'd be 9 stress.
And with 2 shift differential, do I get an aspect on that?
No, it's just more damage.
Correctamundo.
Say what?
Woo.
So 9.
Yeah, he filled in his eighth physical stress box.
Oh, Josh. You filled in the wrong stress box, buddy.
That's
It was
not
supposed to
the.
be last.
This is not an astromech droid.
No, definitely not.
Oh, well, that, like, even my 5th stress box wouldn't have taken him out.
Your 5th stress box would have taken him out by 1 point.
Oh, darn it.
I know.
A fate
It's
point would
okay,
take him
though.
out.
I don't know if he needs one, though.
So, is the X the... Yeah, the X is the filled-in box.
Yep.
Yeah. It's your call. If you want to drop a fate point and just take him out, you can, but we still have... This is the easy fight. We still have a harder fight after this.
Yeah, I'd say I'll keep it for the moment. I was expecting to have to use some force for something in the future. Maybe this next attack.
Okay. And in return for your generous donation, you've got his attention, and he charges you to slam you into the wall with all probably ton and a half of his mass.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
Ouch. That may hurt.
This guy's definitely got a lot of refresh. Holy crap.
He's big. He's just
Big and strong.
big, tough, and ugly. So he's gonna defend with athletics to get out of the way.
Okay.
Roll up.
Oh, you have force
You have
defense.
force
You use
defense.
force.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Sorry, duh. I was thinking charge. Okay. So, force defense. I rolled up 1 to superb. What kind of damage is that? 2 shifts. Without paying for a... I should have used that 5th force stress box there, Cookman.
6 physical damage.
Man, I don't know. Ooh.
Would be a mild consequence.
A mild consequence in your 4th stress box. Yep. Go with winded. Because, dude, you just got body slammed into a wall by a walking droid truck.
Kind of embarrassing.
This is the droid equivalent of a forklift that just decided to play WWE with you in the wall. I'd be winded. If by winded you mean my lungs coming out my nostrils.
Okay, right now I'll take the stress and the consequence.
Shamak, what's up?
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to I'm gonna step forward and do I'm gonna do a mental attack on the force in the zone on these guys.
Okay. Man, the Jedi Council is going to be really nervous about you.
So, when you're like pressing against a bubble, you have your hands on either side, you're almost like miming it.
Yep.
That's what he's doing, and he's literally creating a little wall here where he's pushing it forward to hit both these guys.
Sure. Zone being, this zone. Hack. There you go. All right. How much stress are you burning?
5th stress box.
Okay.
Okie doke.
Sweet.
That's hideously effective. I've got to ponder this one.
Okay.
So I don't see it used very much in the lore. This way. Right? Like you don't really see mind tricks used in it's a Dresden Files thing more than it's a Star Wars thing. Molly and the gangsters. Sleep. Thunk. They all fall over. But the Force can do terrible things to minds. I'll allow it, but I'm calling this dark side.
even if it's not gonna irreparably damage them.
How does involuntarily dominating their will not irreparably damage them?
Same way that choking somebody out can also not, stop them from breathing the air once you're done.
Which is illegal for even cops in most places. You can get charged for reckless endangerment, if not attempted murder. Walker Texas Ranger lied to me.
Yeah, but also this is a life or death situation in self-defense.
Yeah, you'll be alive. Just stand trial. I'm just saying this is the kind of thing that's gonna play to your dark side. You picked up the stunt.
Okay.
Top of the order. So, Lasho's over there playing Battle Hugs with the Loader Mech.
And yeah, battle hugs. Yeah, we need to be done with the battle hug. We really need to be done with the battle hug.
There is now a Lasher-shaped dent in the outer wall.
Ugh. Yuck. All right. Fifth force stress box, and he's gonna insert lightsaber.
Okay.
Insert lightsaber and goodbye. Of course, he rolls down this time.
So that's actually great because it's +1 to hit this guy with a lightsaber.
Correct, Amundo.
You go to cut him, and he slaps you in the face so hard you spin around and don't complete the cut.
Yeah, but I'm going to use a fate point for...
Oh.
I don't want to...
No, you don't want to because you're attacking at this point. You're not really gonna get a whole lot out of this, unfortunately.
Oh, true. That's right. But then if I don't take him out, he gets to attack again.
Yep.
That is true, but the thing is that
you're not going to take him out with a single lightsaber cut anyway.
No.
Hmm.
Give it a second for me to be able to take some aspects on him, and then you should be able to go from there.
Okay. Fair enough. Way to brainstorm and beat my emotions.
Teamwork.
Thank you for keeping me centered, Jomak.
Hopefully nobody's getting video of this. Because Bar will be insufferable if he sees you, getting slapped around by a droid.
It's a big droid.
I know this, but when have you known a teenager not to take the wind out of the sails of their elders?
I have children.
So never.
Who are teenagers.
I've lost track of the number of times that Gabriel's been like, yeah, I know. I'm going to mock you anyway. Like, oh, twerp. All right.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to take a step back. Raise the repeating blaster cannon on my left forearm. And do a zone attack of my own. Great weapons too on both of you, as just this, machine gun of blaster fire pours into your area.
Okay.
Hate the droids yet?
Well, Always. Not always. Force defense to dodge and get out of the way. Oh, goodness. For
You
real?
Rolled down 3? You rolled down 3.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, the rolls are definitely not with us right now.
Nope. The rolls hate you. I have no idea why they hate you so bad. Jamak, I also am shooting of the U.
Okay. Wait, you just rolled great to hit and to shoot, or was that something that you took off to the weapons damage in order to do a zone?
Took 2 off the weapons damage to do his own.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yep. Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Because he's got the equivalent of a 50 cal strapped to his arm.
Oh my goodness. I think this is probably the first time I've ever rolled a
Oh my
legendary
word.
as a base. This is awesome.
So Jamak is a step ahead.
And I get a second aspect as well.
Nope. You needed superb to beat to take no damage from a great, and then you're up
And
3.
then 3.
That's 1. Every 3 after that.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Okay, the 5 beats it. The 8 is the one that gets the.
Meanwhile, Lasho's looking at a 5 stress hit.
And if I use a fate point on a reroll,
I would recommend it.
do I have to invoke an aspect for like?
Yep.
So.
You're not in over your head.
Yeah, I'm very much not in over my head. I can take it this. I'm gonna invoke that aspect, take a fate point, and reroll his force.
I'd use Makashi.
Yes, opponent. Absolutely. Correct. Single opponent defense. So, oops. Whoa. Screen's jumping all over the place.
So that's 40F plus 5.
Down again.
Can he tag the aspect that I just had?
Let me see something real quick. Yeah, you can just click Makashi, which is what I did. You got a legendary. So when I wrote Makashi, I just when Makashi was written on your character sheet, the bonus is already incorporated.
Oh, okay.
So all you have to do if you're in a Makashi situation is click Makashi and it'll roll.
Sweet.
So I'm giving you the legendary on this one.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. GM. That's nice of you. Kind of you.
Because I don't think it's going to make enough of a difference. I mean, so you two dodge and parry, and it is Jomak's turn.
All right. I think I'm going to I think I'm going to do a force maneuver to try to. Can I do that with force TK to try to just slow him down?
Yep, you can try and hold him with TK.
He is just big.
Well, his inhuman strength gives him a +2 bonus in this situation.
A +2 to his physique, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm
for lifting, carrying, raw strength things.
I'm going to use a step ahead, take that in order to overpower that.
So Jamox slows the target. Lash shows up.
Well, so if he's really big, the lightsaber isn't necessarily going to be as effective as just trying to, again, turn him off, like force tech.
Well, Force Tech does bypass a lot of. Well, no, it's you've got a much higher weapons value on Force Tech than you do on your lightsaber.
Okay.
Which definitely helps, yeah. So you just keep rolling the force tech until you run out of force stress, and then at that point, then you use your lightsaber.
All right. So his third stress box, force tech.
So we're calling this kind of trick Stun Droid, which if you've played Knights of the Old Republic is a kind of standard Jedi power. It's like Force Lightning, except not on living people.
Okay.
So it's kind of a moral loophole.
It's still the same thing. You were just identifying what it is, right?
Yep.
Let's roll up. Okay, roll 20. Let's roll up. I did roll up. Roll up 2.
And you did, and it was weapons 8. Your final force stress box, you said.
No, it was third stress box.
So that's 4, 5, 6. So -1 for his toughness. It's 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's where we're at.
And can I, if I used slows the target?
And stand your ground, then that'll be
And
the takeout.
let's use them both.
Whew.
So the smoking droid falls at your feet with traces of blue lightning crackling from his joints. All right, you can clear your stress tracks, but Singed from last scene is now clear. Mild's clear the next end of the next scene.
So
So
Lasho's
is
still winded,
but your stress track's clear.
Okay. Yeah, he's still recovering from being, body slammed against a wall by a, 3,000-pound droid.
Yep, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel pleasant.
Another fate point. Another train car.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yay, the cargo section.
All right, what did we learn last time there, Mr. Cookman?
That if we use our lightsabers, they might overpower us. If we use our force stress, we might be able to get them fast enough.
Or is there another outside the box, separate way that we can do this?
I wish there was, but unfortunately, it's been deemed to the dark side.
No, I'm talking about what.
Yeah, I should do that really quick. Sequel, right? So you're getting more aggressive and more violative of other people's wills. So I'm going to make a mental attack against you.
I mean, like Texas style, not like
You have to make a
Nazi
will
Germany.
defense. Your dark side stunt means you need to make a will defense against good. All right. You're not taking any dark side stress yet. The balancing act of the Grey Jedi continues.
Ooh.
GM offers everybody another fate point.
What?
Or
this isn't a video
making
game.
this.
They're not just going to stand there waiting on you.
Fate point it is.
But don't. Okay, I'm gonna wait and pause and say, in order for us to know that they're there, would have had to open the door.
No, they know you're there. They've heard the blaster fire.
They're trying to pincer us.
They open the door.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Cookman, why are we fighting them?
Yep.
Why can't we go over here and cut the train in half? Why can't Lasho go and force tech the train cars and just let them go? If the train cars aren't being pulled by the rest of the train.
True. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
It's easily within your 5-foot step. You can separate the trains. Just roll force tech.
No, Jomok's gotta come over here too.
Okay.
So I don't want to.
You don't want to murder any more perfectly innocent droids.
Well, that and I really don't want to fight them.
Yeah, we probably could have made that choice to start off. That would have been a good idea.
So Lasho separates the trains. And Jomok also will get his turn.
Jomok is going to Josh, you got any ideas for me?
Momentum of the train. They're gonna keep them together if they're going at the same speed. You gotta try to like push it and stop it.
At 95 miles an hour, there's a fair amount of air resistance involved.
Right, but even that they're still going, that momentum and that air resistance.
Yep, it's gonna take a little bit.
It's gonna take a little bit for them to stop, slow down and separate. So like, give it an extra boost so they don't continue to slide forward. Like use some telekinesis to like help stop the train.
Okay, I'll do a zone 2K on the train.
Okay, this will be impressive. All right, so you slow the train. They still get to turn, so you're only gonna have to get shot at one round.
Oh, okay.
One droid and one bounty hunter on Lasho. And one pair on Jomok.
You notice how he's pairing them together, so no, I can't use Makashi for the extra bonus.
Make your defense,
yeah.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
What's up? I missed something.
Oh, we have to make our defense. Do we make one roll for both or one roll each?
Your choice.
All right, I'm gonna do one roll for both.
Okay. So you'll take a weapons 4 hit total. Oh, also a 1 shift plus weapons 3 from the epic shot by the bounty hunter. You know, it's hard to keep track of those single shots when like the whole pew 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 is coming from those darn droids. It's just down flat out distracting. So that's a 4 stress hit on Jomak.
Okay. Second physical stress box.
And singed again.
Yep.
All right, so Lasho is going to roll defense. He'll roll them together.
Okay.
Defense at one time. Ay. Rolled down 1. That was not helpful.
Might want to spend a fate point on this one.
Correct, Amunda.
Yeah, so he'll spend a fate point for Zabrak, Pride, Strength, and Confidence. He's confident and really strong and is going to get out of the way.
Okay.
Nice, strong, confident movements. Got it.
It's way easier to defend when you're calm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slow is smooth.
Do you remember when I taught Evan the Hapkido defense against high punch and it drove you crazy?
I don't, but it sounds funny.
Well, okay then.
Was it a descending circle?
No, it's a wave. It was a wave and then a palm strike. Cookman was training with me a couple times a week at that point, and we couldn't get my buddy Evan to train with us because Tong Sudo wasn't pretty enough for him.
Ah.
So I grabbed some technique from one of my Hapkido manuals, which is basically wax off, and then you just take a step forward and from wax off you sidestep wax off, the inside to outside circle, Anyeseo Bakyuromaki, and then you step forward down and palm strike him in the face. Cookman had been training really intensely, right? He was in incredible shape, 6-pack, the whole thing, right? And my buddy Evan can best be described as the most hobbit person you've ever seen in your life. And it started off going slow and smooth, and it was pretty and circular, so it made sense. And Evan parried and countered and parried and countered, and Cookman got more and more frustrated, and he went faster and faster, and it didn't matter because the move was efficient enough that our hobbit friend could still keep up.
I remember us doing like isometric kung fu forms as well.
Yeah, I had to write a kung fu form to get Evan to learn some basic blocks and parries. I had to write a Tai Chi form. This is the only way to get him to train. So,
Wait,
this used to be a Jedi.
Oh no.
Having been shot down from low orbit, he's about half cyborg at the moment. And he's got the senator hostage and has a bounty hunter and a droid with him. and lays into some bloody blah speech. Last we met, you had the advantage. Now the advantage is mine. I'll keep the senator. She'll make an excellent ransom, but unless you surrender, I'll kill her in front of you, and then you'll still die anyway. Don't worry, I made sure all of the video cameras are still on. I want the whole star system to see you fail. Malevolence, malevolence, boast, boast, evil overlord list. So you can surrender and be taken prisoner by this guy along with the Senatrix, or you can fight. And the way you express that choice is GM offers you 2 fate points.
I've been looking for double-digit fate points for a long time now. Let's take them.
I keep having to spend them because we're rolling so poorly at the moment.
Lasho is no longer winded. Did we cover that already?
No.
Lasho is no longer winded.
Oh, good.
Good.
Sweet. Excellent.
Jomak is still singed.
Yep.
Whoops. Press the button. We didn't mean to. Sorry.
No worries.
I say we took the fate points and we're gonna slap some bounty hunters and droids around.
All right, this is a life or death fight.
Yep.
Cue
Yep.
the dramatic music, except I don't want this video to get muted on YouTube, so I won't. And Hax, the Dark Jedi cyborg, has fantastic initiative. Excellent.
Fantastic.
Yep, boss battle.
Well, okay.
Hax fills in his 6th force box.
Hoy.
Broken.
Holds out his hand, and Zone pushes you all into the walls for damage. Is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Weapons 9. Force push on the zone. Epic weapons 9. Force push on the zone. Curse slam.
Well, Hax
You've done this to so many of my bad guys that the karma here in the GM's head is just epic. I want to point this out.
Our karma debt is not as large as you would imply because there's such thing as dark side stress boxes and will rolls that we've done that we've done to balance the scales.
Bookman, help me out here with my idea.
Tragically, Blue is not going to survive this experience.
Oh, definitely not. But that's also not our prerogative. Our prerogative is not dying.
So, Cookman, help me out with this idea I'm having.
Okay.
I realize that we are trying very hard to keep the senator safe, and we want the senator to the senatrix to be alive and not hostage, and that we're also trying to survive, not getting smashed against the walls. What if Lasho or Jomak were to telekinetically throw the Senatrix into Hax to break up his focus on his attack?
So you're trying to do, you're trying to do, the Tai Chi thing without the stun. Giving up your next attack in order to redirect this one.
It's interesting.
I will let you temporarily borrow that stunt for 1 fate point.
Oh, that
Each.
okay. I was thinking.
Yeah,
I'm
to
sorry. So
preemptively attack
this
somebody
is.
who has better initiative than you is it's kind of tough
Yep,
without
you're
the
right.
stunt.
That's right. You're right. Okay. Okay.
I
So
definitely
different
like the idea of that. Like if it was an insurmountable role, I don't know. It is kind of a tough role for us, though.
epic.
Bruce, if we did go and pay the fate point to borrow that, would we have to beat the epic in order to?
Yep, but then you'd be able to redirect it. So like you could squish his minions with it instead.
In that case, I am gonna pay the fate point for that.
Okay, you can roll the redirect. You've got the fate point. So for borrowing for the temporary power of for the redirect. Then you got to beat the. Then you still got to beat the epic. So you need a legendary force defense.
Okay.
All right,
So
here goes nothing.
hang on a second, though.
What?
So, do we
But
both have to roll?
Both of you perfectly adequately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you? Who's got the better? Are we both at great force?
Yep.
Yeah, that's both our top end. That's our peak skill.
Okay. So I guess it doesn't matter who's gonna roll it, I suppose.
No, but I would have to end up paying 3 fate points just to get the win on this one.
Well, yeah, but you guys don't want to take the hit otherwise. Trust me on that one.
Yeah. Do I roll as well here?
Nope, you're good. Tramak is
All right.
against both of you.
So I'm gonna do my high concept.
Yep. And this is very Jedi Consular. Understand the Force, redirect the Force.
Yep.
If I have to smash some people to bits to have peace.
And he is keeping his calm in this frank hurricane of force.
Okay. So instead of slamming you also saved Blue's life. Huh.
Balance in all things.
This section of the train, all the walls blow out, and the walls blow out. The ceiling peels back. The train car is now filled with hurricane force winds, and the battered and shredded remains of the bounty hunter and the droid are hurled outward into space overhead. Look out below, pedestrians. That one's going to be a doozy.
Cloudy with a chance of shrapnel.
Right.
And Jomak is up.
I thought that I sacrificed my turn
Oh,
with
you
that.
did sacrifice your turn. So Lasho is up.
Well, Lasho wants to throw him out the open cabin.
Oh, that's mean. I approve. How much force stress are you going to burn on it?
5th force stress box.
Okay. So that's weapons 8. Roll it.
Up 1 to superb.
Up 1
And
to epic.
Epic. And he wants to, and Lasho is going to use his high concept of Iridonin Zabrak Jedi Knight for 1 fate point to tie.
Then it gets the weapon damage.
Then he gets
Right.
8 stress. Yep.
And I was going to use another one to for the fighting for freedom to free the Senatrix to beat it by 2.
Okay. So that's 11 stress hit. -1 for cyborg toughness. Physical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minor 1, and then moderate consequence unconscious after the fall. So you slam him into the roof, and then you slam him into the roof, and then the floor, and then out the gaping side. He's probably dead.
But not
Or so
for
we
sure.
think.
Or not for sure yet.
Well, I mean, he was probably dead when you shot him out of low orbit, so you know he might have a few more metal parts if he ever shows up again.
Yeah, he's about as dead as Darth Maul after Episode 1, and Darth Sidious after Episode 6.
Yeah, those guys just keep coming back and coming back and coming back.
Meanwhile, Qui-Gon got a simple lightsaber in the chest, and he just falls over. He never comes back.
So interesting thing about actual real life violence, Cookman, is criminals have a multiply higher chance of surviving gunshot wounds than cops. And it's attributed to psychology. Cops know that people who get gunshot wounds die, and they're rule-following personalities. Criminals don't know the same rule, but they don't follow rules. So they're much more likely to keep fighting, keep running, keep whatevering. And cops, when shot, tend to just sit there and bleed.
Gotcha. So it's almost like real life plot armor, because it's just like a matter of your ideology changing the outcome.
I ran into this on a treatise by a lifelong prison guard on applications of violence. think the book is called Meditations on Violence by Rory Miller. I might get the author's name wrong, but it's not hard to find.
No, Rory Miller is
Fascinating
right.
book.
So Rory talks about also, he makes the comment about that pain compliance techniques don't work, and gunshots are similar if the 4Ds are present.
Yep.
If he's drunk, on drugs, determined, or disabled.
Yep.
And so things like gunshot wounds on somebody who is a criminal and seeing a police officer and very, very determined to not be arrested and not go back to prison is very determined that the bullet is not going to kill them.
And the bullet may kill them, but they're not stopping first.
Right.
You know,
Rory's awesome. I love Rory's material.
Yep, Rory's great.
Great guy.
I love his wife's description in the afterwards on Meditations on Violence. It's like, I love my family, but it is kind of like having been adopted by a clan of wild coyotes. Yeah, you kind of have to be like a self-defense instructor or a cop to run into this kind of data, but it's out there.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Rory and Mark McYoung and Randy King.
Yep.
And Gavin DeBecker. I'm going to talk about the four guys who know more about violence than most the rest of the world. Those four.
Okay.
Gavin DeBecker is the man, used to be in charge of security detail for the Supreme Court justices.
Interesting.
He wrote a book called The Gift of Fear.
Cool.
The Gift of Fear is a fascinating book about how our, if we can tap into our fear like response, it's our subconscious picking up things that we don't often see and realize, and then how we can actually utilize that to keep ourselves safe when we don't consciously know what's going on. It's a amazing book.
That sounds really interesting.
And I actually teach on Mark McYoung's material. Most of my self-defense seminars are based on a combination of Mark McYoung and Rory Miller and Randy King. Anyway, moving on. The Haxian Brood.
Yep. Also, Grr. Congratulations. Hey, you've mined a whole lot of fate points. You've got a little bit of time left in gaming. So I spent a lot of time building this train.
It was a nice adventure. I really liked it.
I've been waiting for 2 or 3 months to spring it on you. And,
that was a fascinating adventure. That was fun.
I like how you just basically said like, "Oh, you guys are slumming it on the grab train."
Well, it's a little pretentious to fly a gunship to the Senate to have a debate.
Right.
Says the person who doesn't get shot at.
Well, they don't have any fighters this time.
That would have been really cool to have like fighters on hand and jump into those and go and do some dogfights.
So the Starliner did pick up the stranded brood warriors. On its way out.
Including. Oh, gotcha.
There's no sign of hacks. Just a lot of damaged alleyway. Some blood.
Oof. Some. That's not a good sign, Cookman. Some.
Hey, it's not our blood, is it?
So,
Right, but
meet
it should be-
recurring villain hacks. Somebody who can just randomly show up and or randomly have his bounty hunters show up.
May the bards write songs and ballads about Hacks the vaccine.
The boss battle didn't even last one round.
Yeah, but I mean, we almost pooped our pants with the opening strike. How did he get so strong? Literally, like he has a base of fantastic for his force, and then he has 6 stress boxes. What?
Cyborg body and a Jedi Master brain.
Almost as dangerous as Grievous.
Nope. Would you like to see?
No, I would not like to see.
All of the Haxian Brood characters are actually on the Star Wars the Word document. The Fate Core Notes, Star Wars Fate Core Notes. They're all there.
Fate Core Notes.
Yeah, it's where I put all the like rules, the lightsaber crystals, the NPC stats. I believe Hacks is on page 13. You you have a pacified bounty hunter you can interrogate, so you can find all this out.
Yay.
Dark Jedi
Nice.
Cyborg, Hatred and Vengeance, Jedi Skill and Cyborg Strength, Force Tech and Force Tech. I will kill the Humberine Jedi. That's not us, is it?
Yep, that's you.
No. It's one of his high aspects.
Yep.
It's so funny because he actually doesn't have Force Tech on there.
Oh, I haven't updated him. That's a really good point.
I was like, how does it say and Force Tech in his aspect? How does he not have Dark Side either?
Oh, that's another really good point.
Okay, how do you get an extra mild and force and mild mental consequence? How do you get extras?
Have force and will at superb or better.
Oh my.
Hey, cool. That also represents 10 more skill points.
So he gets
So
6.
he keeps losing fights, but then he keeps getting stronger. This is insane.
That's kind of why he's a cyborg. And why he's going to be make a great recurring villain.
He will make a great recurring villain. For real.
At a certain point,
Terrifying.
he's not even gonna be like he's not gonna have any Jedi left in him. He's just gonna be all
One
machine
supremely pissed off droid.
with like maybe a little bit of biomatter. Somebody will just like offhandedly be like, "Why don't you rub those two brain cells together?" And he'd be like, "That's all I have left." Ooh, that is such a scary aspect.
Let me see.
Definitely the sci-fi like parallel of like a sane.
70, 60. 60 out of 70.
At what point in our characters' journeys do they get to move one of their skills up to superb?
Next refresh. 10 base
10.
refresh. And then you get access to Fantastic at 15 base refresh.
So that's so right now his base refresh is 1.
His base refresh is 17. His adjusted
Yeah.
refresh is 1.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that for NPCs though that they didn't actually have to have adjusted refresh above 0, did they?
They don't need to. They need to. They have free will. It represents they're more than just possessed by their various urges and psychological drives and plot points. Right?
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
having 17 refresh hacks can wait and pick when he's going to kill you all.
So right now on the character sheet in the Clone Wars characters, Lasho has his refresh level is 9. It says.
Yep. When it hits 10, you can bump your skill cap goes up to superb.
And at what point will it go up to 10?
Free adventures.
Like, is that it?
Everybody gets a skill point. My significant milestone. So,
Woohoo!
Jamak, you got 36 out of 37. Ditto. What would you like to use your skill point for? Some of you have quite a broad base of average skills. You might want to pop one of those up to fair. Or you can take, like, so Jamak, you can take one of your goods and pop it up to a great.
Yes, I've been debating on that. Do I want to take an average to fair, good to great? Yeah, actually, that was exactly what I was thinking. Wow, you're reading my brain.
Lasho basically has to pop an average to fair.
Mm-hmm.
Or pick up another average.
No, I was thinking of taking empathy or scholarship and moving it up to fair.
Or notice or stealth on the bottom.
He doesn't have notice.
He does have notice, but it's not on his character sheet. He has on Roll20 is investigate, empathy, resources, shoot, scholarship, survival, and notice on his Roll20 sheet.
Huh.
Wait, does that math add up? 4, 8, 12, 23. This adds up correctly.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, so you would have had that the 7 average goes in.
Yeah. Yeah, so then you should really be bumping an average up to fair.
Okay. So then I take he's actually going to move notice to fair.
Okay.
With his military and his leadership and rapport and wanting to be able to see what's happening around for his troops and for the things moving forward as a leader, being able to notice things around him makes a lot of sense, and to me it does, at least.
All right.
Yeah, especially when you're not just going and leaning into the force as much, because it is going to be separate from that.
Mm-hmm.
I bumped my will up to great. I don't think that changes anything with the stress tracks, so.
No, it does not. It's just you've got a little bit of a better defense against mind tricks and stuff.
Yep.
So, we've got about 10 minutes, and you've got a fair amount of fate points. You want to deal with deal with some more paperwork on your big quests?
Hey, that's a good idea. So I'm just wondering which one we should do first, the stealth or go over and try to do the chips. What do you think of Josh?
I think maybe the funding the refit, the second task in the stealth upgrades. We were
Okay.
on the way towards the council meeting
I think
when we.
you were on your way home from it. But yeah,
Okay.
that's probably the most urgent scheduling thing.
So we need to get legendary +2 resources. So Lasho has resources at average.
Bar's got him at average.
Average for Jomok as well.
Who just
Sarge
clicked a resource
doesn't have
button?
him. So, mediocre.
Who clicked the resources button?
That was Bruce.
Oh.
He was clicking for Bar, I believe. And then would Sarge roll for? Yep. Okay. Thanks.
So it's all on you and me there, sir. We have to somehow.
All right. I'm gonna roll for to help with aspects.
Okay. One aspect.
Financial foresight. Can I roll from my own aspects?
Nope, they can only help you.
I've got 4 fate points. I had to burn a fair amount last one.
We'll see how you do.
Okay, so rolling resources for Lasho. He rolls up to fair.
So we need 4. So if everybody pays 1 fate point, we succeed.
We can definitely do that. All right.
Okay.
So,
Can we use the high character concept? Like the Clone Wars, or
you can throw it on the Clone Wars, or you can use character aspects too.
Lasho's going to use it for Clone Wars.
Okay.
All right. Task Force 13's shipyard and upgrades have funding.
All right. This is probably gonna be the easier one. I feel like legendary military. Everybody will roll for the aspects except for Lasho. Will do the final roll.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Makes sense.
Sarge.
Ooh.
All right. That's 3 aspects. It looks like.
Yep, 3 aspects.
All right. Lasho's going to roll his military. Up 1 to superb.
Geez, so
And
we're gonna be legendary
Yeah.
plus 3 total.
Sweet.
Many hands make for light burdens. Okay, everything except for the actual construction and installation is done, and that's not your problem.
Excellent.
All right, TF-13, the stealth fleet, the stealth testbed fleet is approved, funded, and in process. 1 quest complete. Well, you guys are not doing poorly for fate points. Like, as a GM, when you have a boss battle, like fighting hacks, I'm supposed to have you at half of your total refresh, so 4 or 5 refresh, before I can throw someone at hacks at you. So everybody's ending today. We started today at 1, basically everybody, except for Josh, and now everybody's at like 3 or 4, and you saved the senator. That played very well all throughout the sector because he made sure that the cameras were rolling. Oh, oh my. Hmm. Yeah. No. Okay. I'm gonna say that well, I've got to offer a fate point to Cookman because
Oh,
he was on
okay.
camera mind tricking people left and right very aggressively. You might want to pay me a fate point to avoid a Jedi inquiry and say that they let it slide this time.
All right.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you've had. So here's how leveling up goes, right? Refresh is the big step. Every 2 or 3 adventures is a significant milestone where you get a skill point. No, this is you gotten a skill point like every other week, but you did 2 adventures worth of butt kickery last weekend, and then you
Mm-hmm.
did one adventure worth of butt kickery this weekend. I hope it felt nice to step out from behind the command chairs and actually just be Jedi for a while instead of being generals.
Lasho re-
Yeah.
reminded himself what it feels like to be in a fight and his ribs still hurt.
Yes, yes. The clones are making memes out of those. But they're very friendly memes. And those hologram clips of watching their generals fight has definitely been passed around probably every barracks in the task force. Various hollow posters and sayings. Don't make the general mad. All right.
but also watching them bounce off, watching Lasho bounce off the wall and get back up and finish the job is endearing to
Yeah,
his soldiers as
he's
well.
our general. Look how tough he is. you know.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes,
As
that was
yeah, as opposed to talking about Joe Mock, he's our general. Look how efficient he is.
I feel like there's a lot less uh it
People
doesn't
are
sound as
people
convincing.
are speaking to Jamak with a fair amount more deference and giving him a little wider because you were not a little creepy during that adventure. Just walking through, wave your hand, off, switch, thump. Like,
But he's still I mean he's still relatable, charismatic, easy to talk to.
yeah, yep, but nobody wants to bleep with you because, be nice, be polite, always check your exits, that kind of a thing. All right,
Funny.
so fun was had.
Absolutely. That was great.
Okay.
For sure.
And this kind of sets my model for the background campaigns, right? You have some epic misadventure or another, and that builds up fate points, and you take your fate points back to your quest. It seems like a good model for if you end up surviving the Clone Wars and become part of the Rebel Alliance. You know,
Right.
that seems like a good way of kind of modeling things.
As long as
Hmm.
we're not rolling down 3 or 4 on our peak skills when we're trying to like, I don't know, not die. Yeah, that helps.
Every once in a while, the dice just take a hate to somebody. I don't know why. This was
Oh, it's kind of
Lasho. This was Lasho proving that there's do or do not. There is no try.
Hmm.
right. What was the website that we used when we were doing a online campaign with Evan?
Whereas like text play by text, where you'd make a post for your turn.
Yeah.
That's legrando.proboards.com.
Oh, Pro Boards. That's right. I remember that now. Yeah, and Evan was like, "Oh yeah, we got the dice going in here," but he did not trust the dice because they rolled so poorly for him all the time. He always rolled down.
Yep. And actually, Greg, Roll20 hates Greg. Like, Greg gave up on using the Roll20 dice. We'd all be playing Roll20. You'd hear him physically roll because he would refuse to use the Roll20 dice.
Yep. It was kind of soothing though to hear dice roll, every once in a while.
Yep. Yep. Unless you're hearing it from the GM's microphone, and then it makes you nervous. What is he rolling for? Why isn't he telling us?
Exactly. Yep.
So
Heard
the
that a couple times.
Haxian Brood are supposed to be kind of like a mid-level bad guy. You can't just cut through them like B1 battle droids or stormtroopers. They require work
Yep.
and they can hurt you.
Especially those droids. Those droids are crazy.
Yep.
We
All right,
need we
guys.
almost need somebody to like go and make up a droid like that and play it as a character.
It's doable.